medregnet i oss.
Nei, det er litt langt.
Han jobber jo nærme vårt kontorområde.
Jo.
Så det blir nok mer enn en times kjøretur.
Ja.
Er det Pac-Man, eller? Det er liksom sånn, det er jo et arkadespill. Og når jeg tenker på arkadespill, så tenker jeg på lyden av Pac-Man som Rock spiser. Jeg tenker på Asteroids, altså den tingen som går nede på Nei, Space Invaders.
Jeg tenker ikke at dette er...
Space Invaders in the air.
Det går nedover, så vi tar det bakleis.
Er det ikke...
Ja, for det er egentlig...
Ja, er ikke det...
Pokémon?
Er det ikke det? Det er jo et eller annet, det er et sånt
Ja. Det er noe rart med at de kommet seg Pac-Man med en gang.
Den mobilen som får internett, siden jeg har skrudd på internett på den. Og da alle de greiene kameraet mitt har sett hjemme i løpet av dagen, det kommer som varsel om.
Ja.
Det er litt slitsomt.
Sånn er det.
Det er bedre å ha kamera enn ikke, tenker jeg.
Bedre enn ingenting.
Det koster 600 kroner i året for å få sånn at Google lagrer, eller at det er sånn cloud storage da på filmene. Så hvis det er noe viktig som skjer, kan jeg bare trykkes lagret til telefonen og sånn.
Møtes på Gjenkjør klokken 7?
Ja.
Ok.
Hvis ikke vi skulle tatt utleiekompaniene, eller vi kan møtes på 7, og så kjører vi derfra til levere stigen, og så stikker vi til han Sondre og møter han, for han skal hjelpe meg med å feilsøke etter jordfeil. Han har sånn apparat.
Jeg tror jeg har sett han bruke det, jeg var med han før.
Ja. Og da finner vi forhåpentligvis ikke noe feil. Det er bare Hafslund som er idioter.
Det kan faktisk være bare det.
Ja. Og så stikker vi derfra til grossisten, for da har vi sikkert fått en liste av det vi trenger til Gardermoen. Kjøper det vi trenger. Og så stikker vi dit. Og så må jeg sette bilen til 100% lading i dag, sånn at
Ja, det kan være en litt kjøring, ass.
Ja.
Roadtrip.
Jeg vet hvilken sang det er. Portal 2-sangen.
Portal 2, liksom spiller Portals.
Hvis du som sitter og hører på nå tenker hvorfor har du ikke min idé? Dra meg sidelengs inn i Nintendo Wii U-en, som er min idé. Så send den inn til oss. Beskriv ideen og send den inn til nederlandslaget@gmail.com, til DM på Instagram, på Discord eller hvor som helst. Så tester vi en episode. Her kommer en flunkende ny spalte. Snabba cash! Snabba Cash, en fantastisk spalte som spiller på da, dette ordet som vi klarer å uttale, nemlig cash eller cash, altså en sånn midlertidig lagringsenhet på PC, Idas fantastiske ordspill. Den som forbereder denne spalten finner altså på en mange ting som har med spill å gjøre. Det kan være 10 lapper, for eksempel. Det kan stå The Last of Us, det kan stå mikrotransaksjon på disse lappene, og da er det alias. Altså det er duoen som svarer på oppgavene, forsøker å klare så mange av disse lappene som mulig. Den som snakker har ikke lov til å bruke ordet som svarer. Og det antallet de klarer, det blir poenget de får lov til å ta med seg videre. Jeg tror vi skal løse det på den måten at det er én runde per gang man blir utfordret, og så blir det én runde. For det er Ida som får bestanden. Du sitter helt enormt oppe igjen.
Ja, jeg har et enormt våpenår, vil noen kanskje si. Men det er mange lapper her. Så her tenker jeg det går an å legge
Ja. Det er helt fantastisk. Men hvordan er det på den, altså?
Jeg elsker begge deler, både å lese og
Hva har du mest lyst til å få deg helt sånn? Ja, da leser jeg deg. Ida tar nå de blå lappene som hun har forberedt og leverer over til Hasse. En bunke med lapper. Man må trekke
Det
hjemme.
lukter litt rart, men det er fordi ja, det lukter
Hva er det du tenker på?
Jo, altså også en regel vi pleier å ha hvis vi gjør alles mening er hva det kan oversette ordet. Hvis det
Nei, det er
så oversette norsk.
Nei. Så har vi da 1 minutt til å svare.
22 grader.
Ja.
Ok, vi har 1 minutt til å svare. Vi har representert det med den gamle Temple of Time-tenker-musikken som varer nøyaktig 1 minutt. Så når gongen går, du må holde kontroll på poengene.
Ja,
Ida,
jeg gjør det.
Da kan han si pass.
du kan bare legge ned lappen, tenker jeg. Kan du klare det? Eller kan jeg si pass? Du må si pass. Ja.
Dere kan jo si pass, men da blir det minus.
Ja, det er bra.
Minus. Ok.
Ja, det gjør det i Snabba Cash.
Ja, i Snabba Cash blir det. Da begynner vi musikken, og så begynner vi å svare. Kom igjen, Hasse.
Ok, det er et spill der du er rundt i omkring i verden og finner hvor du er i verden. I virkeligheten. Riktig. Det er erkefienden til Mario.
Bowser.
Det er vi skal dit til København og
Borderlands.
ikke det, og så er det da en figur, et spill som ikke er et menneske.
Claptrap.
Ja. Og så det er hesten til en grønnkledd
Rakova.
ja. Det er i dette årets spill 2022
It Takes Two.
Nei, ja, 2023 var det. Altså som er laget av som
Baldur's Gate 3.
Nei, altså
Arian.
2022 var det. Det er Open World hvor masse Man lager koser.
Kojima.
Ja, og så det er verdens kjedeligste brettspill.
Bruno.
Ja.
Ok, det siste jeg skal ikke gå
Jeg er enig der.
Det er bare selvsagt.
Jeg visste det.
Oi, det var gøy. Hvor mange lapper har du?
Kan jeg meddele at
Å, det er så bra!
Det er så bra.
På 1 minutt!
det er kjempebra. Det er knallbra.
Paper, få opp en ny Snabba Cash-grafikk på den siden.
Ja.
Hasse og jeg skal ha 7 poeng!
Ja, det er helt rått.
Men utrolig bra lapper.
Takk.
Veldig bra. Var ikke dette en gøy spalte?
Kjempegøy.
Jeg ser det på dette.
Ja,
Jeg er litt misunnelig.
Du skal få den saken. Her kommer et spørsmål som er delt med et spørsmål. Vi prøver å holde tunga rett i munnen her. Veldig godt spørsmål fra Skjellpanneridderen. Hei til deg, Skjellpanneridderen. Det er mye snakk, først og fremst en påstand, men jeg vil høre om dere er enige. Det er mye snakk rundt omkring om at vi kommer til å flytte oss over til å spille på mobil, altså på telefoner, i stedet for å spille på konsoler, fordi telefoner er blitt så kraftige.
Nei.
Er har man funnet en oppskrift på hva kontrollen skal være. Det er bare små forskjeller fra de forskjellige konsollene. Er begrensende med touchscreen-kontroller?
Det er det. Og så tenker jeg at det har også med hvis man er glad i, hvis man er gamer, og man er glad i å spille gode spill, og man er opptatt av at det er en interesse, så vil man ha lyst til å skille litt på hva som er mobil, og hva som er kontroll. Og når man er sosiale medier eller bruker telefonen til ellers bruker telefonen til eller leisure time eller spilling,
lagde også en
Jeg vet
siste.
om Red
Og alle andre
The Red Hulk.
påvirkninger som gjør livet til noe kjipt.
What? Er han i den filmen?
Indre demoner
Han
som
inne i en
depresjon
film.
og angstlidelse gjør ikke akkurat ting noe bedre.
Du tenker ikke på han
Men
der
han har mer
Red
enn nok
Baron?
å bare være
Så er
menneske, så er gjerne
sånn.
spill og andre ting noe som blir
Ja,
litt på
det er jo filmen.
Ja,
Og i mitt
han blir
tilfelle
Red
så
Hulk.
var det akkurat
What?
Ja.
Falken er...
Jo da,
Å, jeg vet da, jeg
spilte
tenker på
både Tears of the
film.
Kingdom
Ja,
og
da.
Spider-Man 2 i 2023,
Falcon
og som er
and the
massivt
Winter
på det.
Soldier. Nei, den har jeg ikke sett.
Store alt oppslutning fra som det hadde vært tidligere.
Jeg har sett den første Winter Soldier-filmen, ja.
Ja, Winter Soldier. Det er Captain America sin film.
Ja.
Spillgleden.
Ja, det er...
Men
Er
så
det, har det kommet?
plutselig så sto han ned
Ja.
på linje for denne
Ok.
stakkars Østfold. Jeg hadde hørt om det som visstnok skulle være årets beste spill. I det som skulle være
Falcon and the
tidens
Winter
beste spillår. Og dette måtte jeg jo bare se. Hva var
Ja, men ble ikke han som spiller Falcon, ble ikke han nye Captain America?
Jo. Det er liksom hvordan han blir Captain America, hvordan hans story som Captain America
Jeg sjekket
er.
ut trailer og gameplay
ok.
på YouTube. Hva er dette her for noe makker?
Men han blir ikke
Jeg så det
supersoldat.
minnet om B-liste
Nei, han blir ikke supersoldat.
Han er bare...
Men det er en annen kar som tar et slags beta-versjon av serien.
Ja, stemmer det.
Og vi kom egentlig til samme konklusjon.
Er det i serien? Eller filmen?
Nå vet jeg ikke om Red Hulk er i serien eller filmen.
Men så fikk jeg nyss om at det faktisk
Ja, fordi serien har jeg sett.
på PlayStation.
Ja, fordi jeg har ikke den selv, jeg bare vet at han er Red Hulk.
Ja.
Det
Ja, fordi
legger
jeg
med
har
barn og andre huslige gjøremål.
Jeg har sett
og
serien i hvert fall, og
utførsel.
der
Jeg har
var det
sett
jo-
nyhetsen.
Han som
Og
blir
plutselig
den nye
så
Captain
fant jeg
America,
på
han
noe
er jo...
sammen med en blekksprutlignende karakter.
Han er ikke like æresfull som han er andre.
Ja.
Etter en
Men
omfattende
han er ikke
karakter,
slem,
det
da.
blir jo en kjapp gjennomgang av de grunnleggende-
Ja, jeg bare synes han er litt arrogant.
På en strand,
Ja, det er-
og eventyret til min karakter, Sigrid
Det er bare det som jeg ikke liker med han.
Ja.
Arrogansen hans.
Det synes vel også
Dette
Falcon.
spillet er bra.
Ikke bare Falcon, Bucky også.
Ja.
Mens jeg spilte det.
Ja, men de hadde litt den praten om hvordan faren han har skjoldet ikke hadde gjort han Captain
Boy,
America.
boy, så glad jeg er for at jeg ikke gjorde det. Jeg vet ikke hva det var.
Det er basically det samme som når Steve Rogers snakket med Tony for første gang. Og hvordan at han burde stoppe å bare leke seg helt.
Ja.
Jeg drømte turen.
Bare han ikke er en trussel.
Jeg tenkte kun på hvordan jeg skulle takle den vanskelige kampen som jeg sleit med. Skal jeg gjøre det gode valget? Skal jeg gjøre det onde valget?
Det er litt ironisk når Tony var egentlig den største risikoen.
Ja.
Fordi selv Thanos visste hvem han var.
Ja.
Akk, min kjære Karl.
Hvis personen som kan ta ut halve populasjonen i hele universet vet hvem du er,
Jeg hadde offret mye søvn
det sier noe.
for å komme hit. Men er det over allerede?
Jeg bare ta til høyre.
Ja, bare her oppe.
I stedet for det, hva er dette her last light in som alle snakker om? Et par tastetrykk senere så var Mina månelyst klar for å finnes i The Forgotten Realms. Og da slo det meg. Den var tilbake. Uten at jeg var klar over det, så var spillegleden her igjen. Et spill som jeg i utgangspunktet hadde avskrevet, det var det som tente flammen i meg. Skrev seg inn i mine personlige som en av de aller største opplevelsene mine noensinne. Så tusen takk til alle som tipset om Baldur's Gate 3. Tusen takk til alle som oppfordret meg til å fortsette med spillet. Når ting burde
Ja, ses i
være
morgen.
mest av alt
Ses i morgen. Klokken 7 på Innsjø.
Ja.
til Baldur's Gate.
Adios.
Er fint?
Nydelig.
Det er nydelig.
Å, det er så rikt. Ah, det er så rikt.
Det er så riktig. Det er jo Det er ikke akkurat banning i kjerka. For et spill. Altså, du fant jo helt pladask for Baldur's Gate 3, altså.
Nøyaktig samme tilnærming. Jeg lastet ned demoen fordi jeg tenkte at det er ingen måte å få meg.
Ja.
Så altså, dette er jo bare dere som fortsatt sitter på gjerdet. Last ned den demoen.
Det går ikke an å ikke like det.
Nei,
Det er ikke mulig.
nei, uansett om du hater alle andre spill i sjangeren, det der spillet der, det skal du spille.
Nei, ja, det er bare når jeg hører noen fortelle seg på sånne personlige historier som dette, så får jeg kjempelyst til å bare spille spillet igjen. Ikke sant? Jeg hadde noe sånn Disco Elysium, og jeg får bare lyst til å starte en ny karakter. Når jeg hører dette. Jeg har litt lyst til å spille det kanskje på noe sånn. Har du gjort det? Er det der du har spilt det?
Der jeg har spilt det.
Ja, men jeg har spilt på PC. Jeg anmeldte det
Get
på
my
PC.
brother.
Er det best på PC?
Jeg aner ikke. Jeg har
Play
tenkt hele tiden at
finish Baldur's Gate 3 with my brother, but we have been having some bugs. That has been quite annoying.
Og at den måten de har løst det med de forskjellige hjulene som du så roterer og sånn, er veldig oversiktlig og bra. Hvordan er det man spiller det? Altså, hvordan er det det funker?
Altså, jeg spilte det i vinter, så akkurat detaljene på det kan jeg ta en men det er veldig intuitivt. Det var veldig, veldig sjelden altså det setter seg i fingrene etter en time, og så skjønner du hva du skal gjøre.
Ja.
Veldig sjelden at det dukker opp glitches som gjør det vanskelig å spille. Så
Ja.
det...
Så var ikke sånn at du kjente sånn, oi, dette skulle jeg hatt på PC i stedet.
Jeg tenkte aldri tanken.
Ok, da er det done deal. Jeg skal se...
Crocodile Dundee.
Han er tilbake!
Han er tilbake.
Og damer og herrer, vi er tilbake! Vi er ferdig med første episode i nye sesong av Nederlandslaget. Dere skal få chat-gjettende. Dere skal få snabba cash. Dere skal få kortreist. Dere skal få spillbuffet. Det er så mange spalter som kommer. Dere skal til og med få Jeg kjeder meg!
Ja!
Ja da.
Dere vet ikke hva som ligger bak alle disse navnene, men det er veldig, veldig mye gøy.
Ja.
Og jeg tenker, hvis du der hjemme, husk da, at hvis du sitter på den gode ideen, denne spalten her, den burde vært i nærlandslaget, send den.
Discord.gg/nederlandslaget. Gå inn på nederlandslaget.no. Der kommer det ny merch veldig snart. Vi har fått det hjem. Vi skal ta bilder og legge ut og sånne ting. Det blir pins, det blir sokker, det blir gøyale ting. Jeg har aldri vært mer entusiastisk før en sesong av Nederlandslaget. Jeg synes det er så bra nå.
Ja, det er veldig bra.
Det må
Det er veldig bra nå.
Dungeons of
Og for dere som liker det,
Drakenheim.
vi ses snart igjen. Det blir stream, det blir gøyale ting. Elkjøp.
Good evening and welcome to Drakenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running the game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Callie McLaughlin, playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Beosenia the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the human battlemaster. Thank you for joining us once again. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday on our YouTube channel, where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for Dungeon Masters and guides for players. You'll also find prior episodes from the campaign available for your viewing pleasure there in one big playlist, all there on YouTube at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
And you can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch, which you're here right now to watch. Check us out at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube, which go up on Friday.
This week's episode of Dungeons of Drakenheim has been sponsored by our very good friends at Nerdarchy. First of all, if you haven't checked out their work on YouTube, head on over there. They're really fantastic members of the community with some great video content, advice for Dungeon Masters and players. Lots of great discussion on our favorite role-playing games. They've been doing this for even longer than we have. So I really love their channel. But what's really awesome is they have just launched their very first Kickstarter called Out of the Box Encounters for the 5th edition of the world's greatest role-playing game. It is a book consisting of awesome, unique, and easy-to-use encounters for 5e that you can actually adapt to any other RPG playing 5th edition. And what is absolutely stellar is that they are 400% funded now. They are totally blowing through their stretch goals, and this book has ballooned from being 30 encounters to now 55 encounters, and they're going to get D&D Beyond integration, Fantasy Ground integration, and all sorts of add-ons with Arknight and different contributors, so that you can even get like miniatures and maps and stuff to go in with the Kickstarter. It's a really amazing offering and really, really worth checking out. I'm looking forward to it coming out because I'm sure there's something in it that I can steal. Them out on Nerdarchy, now live on Kickstarter with Out of the Box Encounters. With that, let's return to the ruins.
Drakenheim is no more. Struck by a fairy storm, the city bathed in eldritch fire on that woeful eve. The tumultuous aftermath brought chaos, families torn asunder, and a kingdom shattered. 15 years later, monsters stalk the haunted streets of Drakenheim. Caught amidst rival factions struggling to rule the world, three unlikely partners venture forth into the crumbling city in search of riches,
Welcome back to the ruins of Drakenheim. When last we left our heroes, they had finally reclaimed the upper levels of the great Cathedral of St. Vitruvio, vanquishing the remaining leaders of the Gnolls, including a mutated Gnoll priestess known as Gregora, and the last remaining Gnolls who seem to be fighting for control over who would be the new leader of the pack. Having claimed the upper reaches of the Grand Cathedral of St. Vitruvio, our heroes have found that the treasures that they seek, documents, the bones of Vitruvio himself, or even the bones of Argonath, the ancient dragon, which can be used to reignite the great brazier that is at the heart of the Grand Cathedral. You stand in the altar chamber beneath the great dome of the Drakenheim Cathedral. This is a massive room, the ceiling which is hundreds of feet in the air in this vaulted and many-sectioned dome of windows, and there are all manner in the ceiling of reflectors embedded in the dome itself, that even though there's not a lot of light coming in from inside, the effect of all the reflectors in the dome underneath causes this brilliant sunlight to illuminate in rays that spread out through the chamber and leave the hall lit. Even though outside it is an overcast and cloudy day, in this hall is brilliant light. Several of the windows up there are a little bit muggy, and so not pure as light is shining in as once it used to. But even as you look at the two great doors that you open up that lead down to the catacombs, the sunlight, the rays of sunlight illuminate straight down these pathways as well. Surrounding you, of course, the center in the room is a great circular dais, some 40 feet in diameter, with sets of stairs leading up to this massive brazier filigreed of bronze, gold, and silver. And in the midst of it is this massive pyre that contains burned remains of charcoal, a flame that has gone out for at least 15 minutes. This high altar is the representation of the sacred fire. And the worshippers of the sacred fire even claim that while this flame is lit, a protective blessing emanates through the whole region. Every church of the sacred fire has a flame like this. And all of them, there are many other smaller churches and chapels throughout Drakenheim, and pretty much all of them have gone dark, except for the ones in Emerald Village. But you can imagine how on a sunny day, with the flame lit in here, this chamber would be truly brilliant. For everything about its architecture, the way that the chambers have been built, have all been designed to reflect and intensify the light in this chamber. And then up above, there are engravings that tell the story of the myth of the sacred fire. There are several other large sarcophagi as well in the shrines that go out around the altar. Several of these have been opened, ostensibly from the inside, and there are skeletal remains of several robed worshippers and paladins splayed out across the floor here as well.
I don't feel uncomfortable that they're kind of laying on the ground like that.
I think they were the alarm system.
Yeah, but what if something sets off the alarm system?
So they already set off the alarm system. That's why we don't want to go. I mean, we have to go in the basement. I don't really want to go in the basement.
I have a question. Would it be sacrilegious to try to disguise ourselves as bone people and maybe like pretend to be undead? Like, do you speak undead?
Don't know if undead have a language, do they? I mean, I speak
You seem pretty fluent.
sticks.
I took it as an elective.
I speak Undercommon, maybe that will
Yeah.
sound undead.
Yeah, and Veo, you talk to Styx all the time.
I do. I speak Undercommon as well, but I don't know if that's what he speaks.
So what I'm saying
It's
is
more
we
grunts.
grab a bunch of bones and we make ourselves look like we've done this before. This is Dragon Force 101.
I'm wondering,
Infiltration.
as my favorite enemy, do I remember if undead use dark vision to see?
Give me because this pertains to your favorite enemy, give me a religion check with advantage.
14.
Okay. Many undead creatures are considered by the Sacred Fire to be blasphemous in nature, but it is not unknown for the holy places of the Sacred Fire to be guarded by deathless guardians. Amongst the Sacred Fire, you recall that for the most part, most people who worship the Sacred Fire are cremated. But the bodies of the clergy, and particularly the bodies of flamekeepers and paladins, are considered sacred. And so they are mummified and entombed rather than cremated. Because amongst the Sacred Fire, it is believed that their deathless bodies, that their spirits, though they join the flame, in a time of great need, their spirits can rejoin their bodies and animate them. These are undead creatures, but they are very different from the mindless horrors that are animated by necromancers.
So these are going to be really smart undead people. They're not quite the same as when a necromancer takes them up, but
That sucks. The one thing that you can always rely on with undead is that they're usually pretty stupid. But if we have smart undead,
or at least strong ones. I don't know if they'll be smart, but strong for sure.
well, then we'll just have to be extra careful disguising ourselves as skeletons.
I was gonna say, we have a really strong person. I don't know if my disguised self will turn me into a skeleton. I guess we
And
both.
as for your question, do they rely on dark vision or not? It would depend on the specific manifestation, but they likely do have some form of dark vision.
Okay.
Maybe the Flamekeeper can help us, plural. Like maybe there's like holy water or some like magical club that we can use to bash their heads in.
Magical club.
I mean,
I'll ask then. I'll be the one to ask.
a regular club could probably bash their heads.
I want a holy club.
At this time, the Lord Commander has returned to the barracks, but the Knight Captain, several other Hooded Lanterns, and Ophelia Reed are here. They are assembling in the square. You can see that they're making a rough kind of palisade around the entrance to the cathedral to defend it. And so if you do want to go talk to them before going further, you certainly could.
Is this a dead end, or do you think they're dead?
I can ask them if there's any knowledge they have about these specific undead, since they are part of their belief.
While you guys are doing that, I'm going to investigate this orb of delirium that I have and see if I can figure it out.
You're not touching that with your bare hands, are you?
Oh, this one's safe.
Oh, that one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
This is the one that River gave you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the one that we picked out of the eye sockets. I was like, please don't touch that
No,
with
it's
your
my
bare
pearl
hands.
of power. I'm basically
Oh, okay.
saying that I'm going to regain a spell slot while you guys are doing that.
Oh, okay.
Is that allowed?
Ophelia Reed is in the aisles of the cathedral, where they are gathering the remains of the fallen, and she is sprinkling some ash and dust on what remains of them. And she turns to you as you approach and says, "Are you ready? Are you getting started?"
Yeah, but Pluto had a question about, Plutoli.
I was wondering if you had any sort of undead kind of like murder weapons. For example, and I'm gonna look around. Is there like a big cross that I could use as like a club
symbol or something like that? Okay.
Like a club, like a big like one off like
There's
an
definitely
altar.
bits of furniture, then 2x4s and stuff from the tables that the gnolls brought in that you could break off.
So I'm gonna break that off, and I'm like, can you bless this? And so I can use it to smite our enemies that used to be friends.
Ophelia Reed speaks up and she says, she smiles strangely. She says, now, if there are spirits of our followers down there, as I said, they're going to be mad. What would have become of them if they have stirred from their resting places? They are deathless. They are beyond death. And that is the fate that awaits all of us in the harbor of the sacred fire. And so you can't think of them if the paladins and the other priests have stirred. They're not going to be like regular undead, and the blessings that we would use to fight against creatures of darkness do not work against them.
Cool.
And the power of the flame is such that if there is anything left of their corporeal bodies, they may rise again, even if you destroy them, even if you batter them down. But she turns, saying a prayer to them, their remains, and sprinkling some holy water or silver dust over their remains can calm them and prevent them from getting back up again.
It's a good thing that I assume Pluto knows some holy text or scripture.
It may be
something.
now. For that reason, most of our catacombs do have a font of holy water. So if you can find that, you may be able to take some samples of it. You'll also find silver dust down there, almost certainly. Typically, we keep a few other things. Now, just beware. There are many of us also collect some of what we call waters of the flame. These are holy waters, but you'll know them because they smell very pungent. Don't use these. They're very flammable, so be careful with those.
Sebastian turns around from across the room.
Did somebody say flammable?
Yeah,
I
whips
start
them
running over. Do these undead burn?
and exhausted too, like you're panting.
Yeah, I just absorbed some energy out of this orb. It was weird. I feel good.
It would be best if you do as little as possible to destroy their bodies. They are sacred things.
Oh,
And they will need those bodies in the times of darkness.
I will be careful.
That's why we're gonna just push them around. We just push them and then keep running.
Pluto, I don't push. I blow things up.
I know. She's right here.
I'm whispering.
Oh, okay.
So if I use the holy water on my weapons, will that be more effective with calming them?
You have some calming arrows.
Unfortunately, no.
No? Oh, I have to actually spray them with it. Okay.
I sprinkle some holy water on a fireball. Is that...
As I said, it will not harm them, but if you manage to subdue them, or if you do, because their bodies will be sustained by their connection to the flame. If you cut them down, they will get back up, probably in only a few minutes.
We're gonna go quick.
But if you do calm them using some holy water and some prayers, it may hold them back for a little bit longer and give you the time that you need
to get to Vitruvio or Argonath. Once you bring those bones back to me, we can start. Now, of course, you could, if you wanted to, bring us the remains of other paladins and priests down there, and I could use those as well as part of the ritual of the Sacred Fire. But I'm going to need something very important like Vitruvio's bones or Argonath to properly consecrate this flame.
Do you think that Vitruvio or Argonath would also come back with the others?
Vitruvio and Argonath were great martyrs for the cause of the flame, and I would hope that they would hold on to a stronger shred of their mind. For many, joining the flame is the end of their memory of their mortal life. Their purpose, because our spirits, when we join the flame, are filled with the new purpose that we will have in the battles to come. But for great people like Argonath and Vitruvio, it may very well be that they have held on to more of their minds, which may mean that any of the madness that afflicts the other spirits has not gripped them so.
Hopefully
We can
they're,
only hope.
Hopefully they're polite when we ask them for some
Bones?
bones. So if we come up here with one of those two, like any bone will do.
Bone or bones? I mean,
Do we need like their whole bodily
skeleton.
structure,
You mean a
or can I
set?
like
Yeah.
steal a rib?
From what I understand, only the thigh bone of Vitruvio remains.
Oh, so if he's up and walking around, it's going to be a thigh bone, just like, okay.
Rolling around.
That's-
That's we can handle
I
that.
can handle a few
Possibly
thigh bones.
also his jaw or some of his finger bones, but there's not much to him left.
So gather any of his bones. And will it help out if we can gather some other paladin bones as well? Like, does that make it easier?
Or just Vitruvio?
Vitruvio or Argonath would be the most important.
Okay.
Cool. We got this.
Yeah, we're fine. We got this.
I'm not worried.
They call us the Bone Collectors.
What?
Can she? I kind of like. Can you call us that?
Certainly.
Like out loud?
If that's your wish,
All right.
go forth, bone collectors.
Yes. 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 We did.
Right, bone collectors. Like grave
I don't
robbers.
envy the task ahead of you. It could wear on your spirit. I hope that the truth of the lad guides your way.
It's okay, I apparently don't have a soul anymore, so anyway.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
You're mostly shadow.
I'm not too worried
mostly.
about it.
You're more
I mean,
shadow.
light.
Why would you think that you don't have a soul?
Because a demon told them.
Through the grapevine, I've heard that my soul is, has somebody's name on it. Other than my own.
Like a
which is
demon that's been
concerning.
tricking us a bunch of times told him that he doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, do you see that pile of meat over there that we
No.
ripped down?
No promise, no bargain, no deal or pact can hold a faithful soul away from the flame. Just remember that.
Faithful soul. Thank you.
Your one chance of redemption and you mock it. Your one shot.
My one shot of redemption is
Yeah,
to join a church.
It's the one shot we know about. It's his only.
There's another one where we bargain.
I have
need more
survived this
information.
far without the sacred flame guiding me,
Yeah.
and it seems like they need my help more than I need theirs. So I didn't say that out loud. That wasn't to. That was while we were walking. Yeah, that wasn't to her face, guys. That's like we're walking away, and I'm mumbling that to you. Okay?
Alright. Let's
Say that to her face.
let's
She,
go.
as you turn though, she says, Sebastian,
I turn back.
a
flame in the darkness. Those are the most important fires of all.
You don't have to tell me twice. That's basically my MO.
We're gonna ignite our own sacred flame down there.
I ignite sacred flames every day.
You're gonna ignite a sacred flame down there, Pluto. What kind of flame are you igniting? Eh?
I'm gassy.
Oh,
Pluto's a
okay,
little
I get
gassy.
it, I get it.
Eat some of that Knoll stuff.
Don't hold a match near
You ate an
Pluto.
entire Knoll.
I was hungry.
I mean, you were a T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from that half Knoll that like slowly is like, it's like I'm not used to eating that much Knoll, if at all.
If you're gonna be like that, you get to be in the back, okay?
Guys, I don't know. They basically said don't go destroying undead.
Well, I don't think we're gonna destroy any. It sounds like we're gonna hit them. They're gonna go down and wake up again. We gotta just keep moving.
Yeah,
I don't
have
think.
you seen me in combat? I don't do like keeping their bodies intact.
Let's.
Do your best. Do you think they are gonna go down and explore this while we're here? Let's be honest.
No, so like if there's some exploded skeletons, we can just be like, we were there when we got here.
Yeah, it was probably the meteor.
When we were here.
The last thing that Ophelia Reed will say before you go back down: are any of you wounded?
Yes. Slightly. I put a band-aid on my chest wound.
Surprisingly not.
I got my short rest. Right,
Yeah,
we got a
we
short
did
rest.
a short rest.
I'm a little hurt. I have a few scrapes.
She does say as you turn, well, I cannot
Here's a paper cut.
bless
It's
your
3 hit points missing.
I can bless your bodies.
Yeah, if she's offering free healing, I'm gonna take it.
And so she offers to protect the three of you by casting Aid as a third level spell on all of you. So your hit point maximum increases by 10. If any of you do need healing, she will cast Prayer of Healing on you all. And so you each regain 18 hit points as well.
So we add. Is it 10 temporary hit points or is it
No,
our
it's
max
real hit
actually
points.
goes up?
It's real hit points. Yeah.
What?
It lasts for 8 hours.
Oh.
Nice. I'm so strong now.
Oh, I feel better. I feel like more good.
More good.
More good than usual.
Yeah, and your words caught up too.
You know, body's going through a lot of changes right now, and I'm losing track.
You're mostly shadow.
I'm mostly shadow, and now I have more life to kick in.
So there are 2 passageways leading down into the catacombs. One to the east, one to the effectively the northeast, and one to the northwest. Which one will you take?
Veo, use your nose.
I go up to the door and I
The door is open,
Oh.
and the passageways both go down a set of stairs.
stick my head through the passageway and I slip a little bit.
You can actually smell in the air. Which passage are you going to?
It was northeast and northwest?
Yeah, east or west, basically.
East. I'm gonna sniff at east.
East. Okay. Sniffing at the east, you can smell. You sniff down that way, looking down the passageway, and as I said, as you look down the passage, it's a high arched passage that descends down into the halls below, and then it breaks out into a T intersection.
Yeah.
And at the intersection is a very large alcove, where on a great pedestal there is a 10-foot tall statue of an angel. She bears the statue itself is made of marble, and her wings are pulled in close to her, and in front of her she has her hand resting in front of her on a massive circular shield made of bronze that's about 4 feet in diameter, and in her other hand she holds a spear pointed towards the heavens.
Are these marble things or are these real items?
The spear and the the spear itself is about 12 feet long, and the shield is 4 feet wide. It's a huge spear, a huge shield. Both of them are real.
Are we
Pluto.
grave robbing right now?
Are looking down the other passageway. There is this a similar. The other passageway is very identical. Again, it's a high arched way that leads down to an angelic, another angel, and he holds a sword in one hand that is as tall as he is. He's about 10 feet tall as well, and another 4-foot shield. So his hands are balanced on the top of both the shield and the weapon. The weapon is also real, and although it appears to be made, both the weapons appear to be made of solid metal, and both the shields are real as well. So their hands are resting on the shields, and then the base of the shield is held against is on the ground. They're not like wielding the shield; they're kind of resting. And you recognize these figures are very well known in myth. These are the archangels Michael and Gabriella, and these two archangels visit paladins when they are called to make an oath.
I don't know if you want to try a 4-foot shield, Pluto.
I want to see you try a 10-foot sword. And now, guys,
sorry.
I'm not opposed to grave robbing.
Um,
I hear it's good luck.
what I am not opposed to would be to remove the weapons from their hand.
Akervei.
På Ring 1 i Oslo er Hammersborgtunnelen og Vaterlandstunnelen stengt i 3 år fremover på grunn av et stort ombyggingsprosjekt. Ring 1 er stengt fra rundkjøringen ved Spektrum i øst til Pilestredet i vest, og du må velge en annen rute.
Dette er NRK Trafikk. Her får du de viktigste meldingene fra ditt distrikt. Har du trafikkvarsling aktivert på bilradioen, holder vi deg oppdatert uansett hvilken NRK-kanal du lytter til.
På E6 nordover fra Oslo er det fortsatt svært lang kø etter en trafikkulykke mellom Furuset og Karihaugen i retning mot Gardermoen. Det pågår berging av personbiler, melder Statens vegvesen. I tillegg har tungberger kommet fram til stedet for å berge en lastebil. Anbefalt omkjøring er på riksvei 163 Østre Akervei.
I Oslo er Hammersborgtunnelen og Vaterlandstunnelen stengt i 3 år fremover på grunn av et stort ombygging.
I don't know if these people are.
And I'll say, so with the construction of both the hallways, both the statues of the angels are visible from the top of the stairs.
Do I smell any hints of difference in the air?
Not up here.
No. They smell the same, Pluto. I tried.
All right, so sword or spear?
Yeah, so Michael bearing the sword is to the west, and Gabriella bearing the spear is to the east.
Pluto,
I grew up with the sword, but I've really come accustomed to the spear.
So past or present?
And if I had to say right now, I think the sword.
Oh,
Go the way of the sword.
past.
Okay.
Past.
Let's do it. But you're going behind because you're having some knoll.
You're going first.
Yes, I'll go first.
Oh, that's what you smell.
Okay, you venture down the stairs. These ancient stone stairs of the catacombs. The walls and the stairs of the catacombs are filled with niches. All in these niches hold urns and skulls. The last remains of worshippers of the sacred fire. Often the skulls will have the names of who they were engraved on the skull, or the urn will have bear a small inscription, and typically saying how long they lived. Many of those that are in the urns along here are people who were very devout in their lives and wanted to be interned in the cathedral itself. As you head down to the stairs, you can see the cylindrical pedestal upon which the statue of Michael rests, and then surrounding Michael behind him is a semicircular alcove with, again, just rows upon rows of these niches that have urns and skulls inside them, holding the last vessels of worshippers of the sacred fire. There are two sets of stairs that descend again to the one to the north and one to the south. And from the stairs you can see the light, it just pours down like a beam into this chamber and rests upon, and basically fully illuminating Michael, the statue of Michael. And as it reaches him, the beams spread out and filter down the hallways as well in various scattered directions. And so from the landing here, you can see that there is, to the north, there is a strong oaken door flanked by two larger niches that have several full skeletal remains wrapped up and perched in the alcoves. And then to the south is another set of these alcoves, again with full catacombs that have fully resting bodies wrapped up in them, and then a set of double doors to the south.
I'm just throwing this out there. There's a lot of skulls and bodies already. If these things are gonna wake up, we're horribly outnumbered.
That's why we should save all of our strength for running. Like as soon as we get these bones, it's like in and out.
I'm really
It's
bad
like
at running. It'd be like relay.
Yeah. I also
Relay implies that we leave two of us behind.
Well, further behind, but not behind.
Well, here's the deal. I still have your mom's cape, right?
Yeah.
And Dimension Door, it's like it's a doozy, right? It could like, I could just say 500 feet upstairs into where we started. Like I could take you and then Peo could run it.
Or you could teleport, and we could also we could all teleport together, you know.
I can't teleport into an area I can't see, so I can't go upstairs.
And you're so fast, Veo. You were just bragging and stuff.
That's true.
So we teleport and you're already there. We're like, oh,
more
what?
teleportation skills. Okay, I could run it. I can run it.
Pluto, do you want the shield? I reach up and I put my hand on the shield.
I'm gonna fall on you.
I mean, if you're offering it, is it yours to keep?
As you touch the shield, you realize that it has a hinge holding it in place on the ground, and as you pull it, you see that there's machinery in Michael's arm, and it articulates, and the shield itself, as you pull the shield forward, Michael's arm extends forward, and as you push it back, it does. And the other side of the shield the outside of the shield is bronze. The opposite side of the shield is covered in highly reflective glass.
Can I turn the shield around?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay, so I do that, and I start like moving. I'm looking around the room now for anywhere where I can point the light.
As you turn the shield around, the back of the shield faces against the stairs coming down. The light collects into the shield, and across the 180 degrees where it's facing the light coming down, the result is this beam of solid light, of almost solid light that you can focus and point down either staircase.
Well, guys, let's choose a direction.
Yeah, but should we do the other side as well?
Yeah, maybe just turn it on.
Pluto, you're stronger than me.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the other stairway and just do exactly what Sebastian did and just turn it 180, so it's pointing basically at the stairway again.
So Gabriella's shield works the same way.
Nice.
It can be rotated and turned around, and as long as it faces towards the stairs coming down, it collects the light and turns it into a beam that you can focus down either set of stairs.
This could be part of the puzzle.
I didn't know there was a puzzle.
Well, I'm just assuming there's a puzzle now because of light shields.
Yeah, but also, I mean, maybe these undead don't like concentrated light.
Beam lights.
So let's use it. I bet we can reflect the light all the way down as we go.
That would be really cool.
So that's why we're going to pick a direction, and I'm going to point the beam that way.
Yep.
And then we're going to see if we can keep following the beam. And I say, I mean...
Well, I picked the sword. So, what do you guys pick? North or south?
South rhymes with mouth, and mouth is where I put my food.
That's actually probably the most logical.
I turn the shield to point. I shrug, and I turn the shield to point down the south, towards the south corners.
Okay.
Yeah. I stand by my reasoning.
I can't argue with it.
And it illuminates the hall down here, filling the whole hall, and you can see that the height, the door itself is quite high. And so the focus point of the beam, you've got a little bit of leeway into if you want to point it at the bottom of the door or like the top of the door, because the doors themselves are about 10 feet tall.
I point it at the top of the door.
Okay.
How about the middle?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna open the door while Sebastian's pointing it.
Push the doors open. And there is another room beyond.
The whole time I'm thinking like mouth.
Oil spills.
Mouth said, this is why she's our guy. Mouth.
Make great decisions. Please be something.
Okay, you open the double doors, and the light hits upon the marbled mosaic floor here and refracts all across the room, dancing about this arched and vaulted room, which has 6 large sarcophagi in it. Directly opposite you is another set of double doors. The ceiling here is about 15 feet high, arched and vaulted. And once again, there are 6 large sarcophagi, each bearing a carving showing those who occupied it. Above 2 of the sarcophagi, the most elaborate ones, there is a banner hanging down and an elaborate tapestry that shows the works and ministry of this flame keeper. And opposite that flame keeper, there is a sarcophagi of a paladin. And behind him on the wall is another massive shield, similar in design to the one held by Michael. It's about 3 feet wide, made of bronze, and there are a pair of great swords crossed behind it. There's a set of double doors directly opposite you, and once again, all throughout this chamber are more niches filled with skulls going all the way up to the ceiling. And then the arched and vaulted top, way over top, tells the story of Saint Durst, a paladin who lived about 500 years ago and was known for slaying dragons. And so there are murals of Saint Durst's battles with various dragons, culminating in his final armor.
That's like intense.
Friends, there's another room.
And
Are you coming?
I run down the stairs.
I'm going into the room.
Well, I was gonna say, you want to check for traps or?
No, I just stroll in.
I try to keep up with you.
come in behind them.
I walk into the room and I look over to that shield. Does it look like there's like a beam of light going right where the shield would be?
The light that you shone down into this room hits the marble floor and it is just refracted all through the room and gone all in different directions. So the beam is effectively ended.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna check this shield out.
Okay,
It makes sense if we can keep refreshing.
I'll cover you.
Yeah, make sure that none of these sarcophagi just flamed.
While you're going over to the shield, then I want to take a look at that sarcophagi. Does it look like it's been disturbed, like the ones upstairs? Does it look like it's got chiseled or moved at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I head over to the shield and kind of like.
It's a massive shield. It probably weighs about 25 pounds. It's made of solid metal. And as you pull it away from the wall, it's hanging on the wall. But behind it, you can see the same reflective glass as on Michael's shield.
Does it look like it's like movable, or is it just something that comes off the wall?
You could pull it right off the wall.
I attempt to do so.
Okay. You lift this massive shield 3 feet in diameter off the wall and grab Gary.
Do you need some help with that?
No. Guys, I got the next
Can you
part.
do the wobble, like the back and
Oh
forth?
yeah, I'm like wobbling. I wobble over to the center of the room. Where does it look like? I look for where like the beam is hitting the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and I place the shield with a loud clang. I drop it. Clang, 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 and then I slide it into where the light
Yeah.
is headed.
It catches the beam, and because it's it's not quite perfectly concave. So once you've got it on the ground by the beam, you can sort of hold it up and direct it, and you can catch the light again and refocus it in different directions, as long as they kind of point up a little bit.
Guys, I'm doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the
Figuring out
next
the puzzle.
and open those. I go, aim it this way, and then
I like prop it up so that it's gonna shoot the beam at the next set of downwards.
Yeah. You need to prop it up and hold the shield in place to catch it just right. Like if you leave it down there on the ground, it just catches the beam, fires it up at the ceiling.
Can I use mold earth to prop it?
It's not loose earth here. Will mold earth affect your stone?
No.
I can hold it for a minute.
Unless,
I mean, I got it. Just,
yeah, but we want to leave it like that.
we'll see.
I
Depends
have
what's
an
on-
idea.
Oh.
I reach into my tan bag and I remove dun, 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 dun. A baboon.
Oh my
And I go, his name is
Chimpanzee. Because he's a baboon.
what is his name?
Chimpanzee. Because that's not what he is.
Okay. Hey, chimpanzee. Your job now is to hold the mirror like this. I command him to hold the mirror.
I slowly move out of the way and hand the mirror to this baboon.
Chimpanzee. His name is
His
Chimpanzee.
name is Chimpanzee, but he is a baboon.
Not confusing.
Does he follow orders?
I don't know.
I mean, I can
Is he good at it? Is he strong enough?
speak to him if we really want, but I don't know if this is what he wants to do.
Look, he has a strength of 8, and he doesn't speak any languages.
They also have strength of 8. You have strength of 8. So
Yeah, he's as strong as you.
he should be better.
So then if I can prop the shield up, so can he.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he can hold the shield up and prop it up in the right direction. He kind of monkeys about with it, but you know, if you
Still, hey, no monkeying around here.
Yeah.
Okay? It's good, Ben. Good chimpanzee.
I was a little worried about these sarcophagi, but seems like a non-issue. Let's open the next door.
Yeah. Easy.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
What you said?
Why?
It's
Why?
the classic helper too. We're gonna be in like the next room, and the light's gonna start to like shake, and I'm gonna just yell, "Hey! Listen up, you Mr. Chimpanzee! You hold it steady."
You want me to
Shuffle it on down.
shuffle
it on
down?
down.
Shuffling.
All right. So the door opens up and reveals the chamber beyond.
Interesting.
So revealing.
So revealing. It opens up into a 90-degree turn that goes back towards the east. Here, the hallway continues, but it ends in one side. What you can, and who's going first?
Looks like
Yo.
I'll quickly sneak up behind him.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, thought I was leading this.
And there's a light following us, right?
I guess I should be.
That a baboon is.
may light guide your path or something.
or something.
You know, whatever they say upstairs.
Oh, it's something like about the light. Yeah.
I think it was. They like a
I mean, literally, we're using light to guide our paths, so I mean, pretty on the nose.
Okay.
Vitruvia.
So, this hallway ends in a very strange doorway. It appears to be a door made of solid stone, except in the center of the door there is a large circular aperture filled with glass.
Put the light in it. Put the light in it.
Surrounding the door is a golden filigree that on it is depicted Saint Vitruvio riding her
Oh my gosh.
I can stumble in it. Thank you guys. Baboon, stay.
I want to walk in and I want to look down the shorter hallway that ends. Is there anything there that I see that's shield-like or that's going to help reflect?
Here is the hallway. There's a torch sconce here, and there are several great, again, catacombs with full-body skeletons that are wrapped up along the walls here.
Is the torch lit?
The torch is not lit. No, the torch is not lit. Yeah, there were also torches flanking either side of the sarcophagi that were not lit.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Remember when you burned the queen's eyes out?
Using mirror? Yeah.
Do you still have that?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Reflect the light down.
I pull out my mirror and I try to capture the beam of light and shine it towards the glass.
Cool. You grab the mirror, and as you hold it up to the beam, your mirror isn't capturing the entirety of the beam. And as you push it towards the glass aperture, the light beam that it sends is very thin and doesn't fully fill the entirety of the beam here. You do have very good control with the mirror of the beam, but you might need something bigger than your hand mirror for this.
Probably need to find another shield.
Yeah, I started looking around. There's no shield hanging on the wall or anything.
Anywhere that would indicate that there would have been one, or no?
Searching around it in the immediate vicinity. No.
Well, one thing we know is that there is the Southway, right? And this is, you said that this is marked quite obviously with like the aperture. Does it have any like
the aperture itself surrounding it, the circular pattern in the middle is about 2 feet in diameter, and then it has this kind of focused depression that then ends in a crystalline piece of glass that is multifaceted and about 10 inches in diameter in the center, circular.
Could we use a drift globe?
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Because it has the daylight.
First I'll try, just light. If I turn on the light in the drift globe, so just casting the light spell. And I want to do it bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for another 20.
Could we even take the shield from the baboon, shine it on the shield and direct it, still using that so it's more concentrated, but we're not having to rely on getting all the shields light all the way?
Say again.
Sorry, so the light is coming all the way from the top right now, shining.
Yeah.
Would it not be better to take the shield that the baboon has, put it down the hallway, and shine the drift globe light from there?
Yeah, let's do that. Like I can even stand on the hallway with it and shine it right into the
shield.
Baboon light.
Into the yeah.
Can you call the baboon?
Can I have you all roll me a d6, please?
Oh no.
It's a good
that's
thing.
cost. Oh, 1.
6.
4.
That's a spread.
We got a good spread going on.
So, as you pull out the drift globe, are you activating the drift globe now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm turning on the light spell, and we're messing with it. We're like talking amongst each other.
Bring the baboon over. Bring the baboon over.
I feel like we're all huddled around here trying to figure out how to get light.
As the
No, baboon's still here carrying the shield.
Yeah. As the light spell emanates down this hallway, there is a clarion ringing as the light shines upon all the niches through this area, and one of these skulls gasps.
Oh!
Turn the light off. Turn the light off.
I turned the light off.
And as it gasps out, quite suddenly, like a chorus of sighs, the other skulls and bodies down here begin to cry out, gasping and sighing as if the light is like air to them.
Oh.
This is why we use a beam. This is why we use a beam.
And they like it though. It's nice.
As the gasping resonates down the hall and continues through all the skulls and even some of the jars of ashes shake at the gasping. You can hear the sound of grinding stone as something pushes against one of the sarcophagi.
Baboon, get out of there!
Roll for initiative.
What did we do?
We figured out the puzzle.
17.
Sebastian?
16.
So there's Vale?
21.
I gasp. Just to fit in.
I'm like, no.
Okay. as the gasping resonates outward, you see one of the skulls in one of the niches begin to lift itself up and take to the air as several of the other wrapped skeletal bodies push their way out of their burial cloths and step into the hallway as well.
Well, I'm